Imagine a quiet rice field in South Korea, 1986. The sky is a flat, dull gray, and a soft drizzle has turned the fields into a sea of wet, vibrant green. Near a shallow drainage ditch, a little boy is playing. He's laughing, tossing small stones into the water, watching the ripples spread. Then he stops. He leans over the edge, his curiosity turning to alarm. A woman lies there, motionless. Her hands are bound, and her body is limp beneath a thin veil of grass. She isn't breathing normally. The boy screams, a piercing sound lost in the vast, empty landscape. The rice paddies stretch for miles, silent and still, broken only by the gentle tapping of the rain. Nobody knows this is only the beginning. This is the story of memories of murder. Hwaseong is a small, quiet town just outside of Seoul. It's the kind of place where not much happens, where everyone thinks they know their neighbors. But now, something dark has found its way into their community. Two detectives arrive at the scene. The first is Park Do-man, a local cop with an ego as big as the town itself. He firmly believes he can read a person's mind just by looking into their eyes. He surveys the crime scene, or what he thinks is a careful inspection, and says with complete certainty, "The person who did this, I can feel it. I know him." His partner, Cho Young-koo, is his polar opposite. He's hot-headed, impulsive, and acts first, thinks later. Cho prefers using brute force over careful deduction. Together, they are completely unprepared for the monster they're about to face. They step over vital clues. Farmers unknowingly trample the area, and at one point, a tractor rolls right over a piece of evidence. It's chaos, and it's only going to get worse. Weeks pass, and then another woman is found, tied, alone, abandoned in a field. Then another, and another. Each victim is young, fragile, and left under terrifyingly similar circumstances. The town's calm shatters. Mothers start locking their daughters inside at night. Women stop walking alone after dark. The once safe streets now carry a constant whisper of fear. And through it all, the rain keeps falling, as if trying to wash away the sins of the town. Months later, help finally arrives from Seoul. Detective Seo Tae-yoon, sharp, calm, and analytical, comes to assist the local team. He relies on logic, evidence, and rational thinking, a stark contrast to Park's intuition and Cho's aggression. Now you have three detectives with three very different approaches, forced to work together to catch a killer who leaves almost no trace behind. They follow every lead, no matter how small or bizarre. They interrogate townspeople, chase strange rumors, and meticulously examine the tiniest details of every crime scene. But sometimes their frustration boils over. Suspects are questioned harshly. Innocent people are wrongly accused, and tempers flare between the detectives. One man, Baek Kwang-ho, a quiet factory worker, begins to draw their suspicion. He's gentle, unassuming, and seems harmless on the surface, but strange patterns start to emerge around him. Detective Seo follows him carefully, hoping the evidence will finally lead to something concrete. But days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months. The killer remains a ghost. Every lead they chase ends in a frustrating dead end. The townspeople grow restless, distrustful, and more fearful with each passing day. Park and Cho begin to doubt their own abilities. Seo wrestles with his principles as his calm, logical approach is met with nothing but failure. The case becomes more than just a search for justice. It becomes an obsession, a desperate battle against time, fear, and their own human limitations. Years pass. The murders eventually stop, or maybe the killer simply disappears. The case goes cold, leaving behind wounds that never fully heal. We fast forward to 2003. Detective Park is no longer a cop. He has built a quiet life for himself, with a family and a sense of normalcy he once thought was impossible to reclaim. One day, he finds himself driving past that same old rice field, the same ditch where it all began. A child is playing nearby, her laughter a faint, haunting echo of the past. The memory of those unsolved cases comes rushing back, every failed investigation, every dead-end suspect, every life destroyed by the darkness that once haunted Hwaseong. Park slows his car, gets out, and stares into the ditch. The weight of it all, the frustration, the fear, the helplessness, presses down on him. For the first time in years, he allows himself to cry. Not for the killer, but for the lives lost, the people shattered, and the truth that may never be found. Memories of Murder is not just a story about a crime. It's a story about obsession, about human error, and about the terrifying limits of our own understanding. It shows us that sometimes the most dangerous mysteries hide in plain sight among ordinary people living ordinary lives. Sometimes justice is never fully served, and the world just moves on while the questions hang in the air, unanswered. If this story made you pause, reflect, or shiver at the idea that some mysteries can never truly be solved, then hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Do you think some mysteries are truly unsolvable? Do you believe the killer could still be out there, unseen, watching, blending into the crowd? Because in Memories of Murder, the line between an ordinary person and a monster is thinner than we could ever imagine. Thanks for watching.